In 2008, the world was left shocked by the tragic news of Brad Renfro's untimely death. The young actor, known for his remarkable talent and promising career, was found dead at the young age of 25 from a suspected heroin overdose. His death was ruled as acute heroin/morphine intoxication, a heartbreaking end that seemed to confirm the struggles he faced with addiction. But as the years have passed, questions lingered, and many wondered if there was more to Brad Renfro's story than what was initially revealed. Brad Renfro's rise to fame was nothing short of impressive. Discovered at a young age, he quickly became one of Hollywood's most promising young stars, with critically acclaimed performances in films like The Client and Sleeper. However, behind the scenes, Brad's life was plagued by personal struggles that cast a shadow over his illustrious career. His struggles with substance abuse were well documented, and many feared that these issues would overshadow his undeniable talent. When Brad passed away, the narrative seemed clear. Reports pointed to drug use as the primary cause of death, painting a tragic picture of a young life cut short by addiction. But as the years went by and the initial shock wore off, a deeper investigation into the circumstances of his death began to emerge. In 2024, a new investigation came to light that changed the entire understanding of Brad Renfro's death. A radical investigative report, based on newly discovered evidence, has uncovered startling details that challenge the previous conclusions about his death. This report includes previously hidden medical records, testimonies from those closest to Brad, and a deeper look into the factors that contributed to his ultimate demise. The investigation suggests that there were underlying issues and influences that went beyond substance addiction. Allegations of manipulation and missed opportunities for intervention have emerged, painting a more complex and troubling picture of Brad's final days. These revelations not only shed light on the true reasons behind his death, but also prompt a reassessment of how we understand and address addiction and its consequences. Brad Renfro's death remains a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating effects of substance addiction. As we delve deeper into the details of these new revelations, we will explore how they reshape the narrative of his passing and what they mean for his legacy. Early life. Brad Baron Renfro was born on July 25, 1982, in Knoxville, Tennessee. He was the only child of Angela Denise Olsen and Mark Renfro. Brad's early years were marked by both joy and hardship. Raised primarily by his paternal grandmother, Joanne Baron, Brad's upbringing was a mix of love, strict discipline, and financial struggle. Brad had seen the ups and downs of life from a very young age. Joanne, who worked tirelessly to provide for her grandson, caught on to Brad's energetic spirit and precocious nature early on. Despite their limited means, she ensured that Brad had a stable home and a loving environment, filling their modest house with support and warmth. Joanne's influence was pivotal in Brad's early years and his development, instilling in him a sense of resilience and determination that would later define his career. Even as a young child, Brad was full of life and curiosity. His friends and family remember him as a spirited boy who loved to entertain others, often putting on spontaneous performances. He had a natural ability to captivate those around him with his charisma and charm. It was this inherent talent that would soon catch the attention of Hollywood. In 1993, fate intervened when renowned casting director Molly Finn began her search for a young actor to star in Joel Schumacher's adaptation of John Grisham's novel, The Client. Molly was looking for a boy who could embody the toughness and vulnerability of the character Mark Sway. During her nationwide search, she visited Knoxville, where she discovered 11-year-old Brad Renfro, a local boy with no prior acting experience but with a raw talent that was impossible to ignore. When Molly Finn was asked about Brad, she said, "When I first met Brad, he was this scrappy, energetic kid with a sparkle in his eye. He had this natural presence and confidence that immediately drew me in. I knew right away that he was perfect for the role of Mark Sway." Brad's audition for The Client was nothing short of remarkable. Despite his lack of formal training, he delivered a performance that was both intense and authentic. His ability to convey deep emotion and complex layers of his character impressed everyone involved in the casting process. Joel Schumacher, the film's director, was particularly taken aback by Brad's performance. Joel Schumacher, in an interview, said Brad had an incredible natural ability. He understood the character of Mark Sway in a way that was beyond his years. He was raw, real, and brought a depth to the extraordinary role. Landing the lead role in The Client was a life-changing moment for Brad Renfro. The film, which also starred Susan Sarandon and Tommy Lee Jones, was a major success. Brad's portrayal of Mark Sway, a young boy who witnesses a murder and is subsequently hunted by the mafia, was lauded by critics and audiences alike. His performance earned him several awards and nominations, including the Hollywood Reporter's Young Star Award for Best Performance by a Young Actor in a Drama Film. Brad Renfro became a household name overnight. The success of The Client catapulted him into the spotlight, bringing both fame and fortune. For a boy from Knoxville, The sudden attention and adulation were overwhelming. Despite the glamour of Hollywood, Brad remained grounded, often attributing his success to his grandmother Joanne's unwavering support. After his success in The Client, Brad Renfro said, "I owe everything to my grandma. She's been my rock through all of this. Without her, none of this would have been possible." While Brad's professional life was taking off, his personal life remained affixed in Knoxville. He continued to live with his grandmother, who ensured he maintained a sense of normality amidst the chaos of his burgeoning career. Joanne made sure that Brad's education remained a priority, balancing his schoolwork with his acting commitments. Despite his rising fame, Brad attended South Doyle Middle School and later South Doyle High School for his education. His classmates and teachers remember him as a bright and engaging student, although his frequent absences from school for film work made it challenging for him to keep up with his studies. Nonetheless, Brad's passion for acting never waned, and he continued to pursue his career with fervor. Following the success of The Client, Brad's career continued to flourish. He starred in several films throughout the mid-90s, including Tom and Huck alongside Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Apt Pupil, directed by Bryan Singer. Each role showcased Brad's versatility and growing prowess as an actor, solidifying his reputation as one of Hollywood's most promising young talents. Throughout his early career, his co-stars lauded him, saying, "Brad had this incredible energy on set. He was always so focused and committed to his roles, despite being so young. It was clear that he was destined for greatness." Even the directors with whom Brad worked loved him on numerous occasions, often saying, "Working with Brad was a pleasure. He brought such depth and authenticity to his characters. He had an innate ability to connect with the audience, making every performance memorable." However, as Brad's star continued to rise, so did the pressures and challenges that came with his fame. The transition from a relatively normal childhood in Knoxville to the glitz and demands of Hollywood did not come without its difficulties. Despite his outward success, Brad began to grapple with the darker aspects of the industry in his personal life. Brad Renfro's early life was a blend of triumph and suffering, a testament to his resilience and talent. As we move forward in our story, we'll explore how the pressures of fame and personal struggles began to take a toll on this young actor, leading to a series of events that ultimately culminated in his untimely death. Career. Brad Renfro's acting career, though tragically brief, was marked by a series of compelling performances that showcased his natural talent and depth. After his breakout role in The Client in 1994, Brad quickly became one of Hollywood's most promising young actors and became a household name overnight. His portrayal of Mark Sway, a boy caught in a deadly legal battle, was widely acclaimed, earning him laurels, critical praise, and several awards. Following the success of The Client, Brad starred in Tom and Huck, a 1995 Disney adaptation of Mark Twain's classic novel. In the film, Brad played the role of the adventurous and mischievous Tom Sawyer, alongside Jonathan Taylor Thomas's Huck Finn. The movie was well received by audiences, further cementing Brad's status as a rising star. His performance was praised for capturing the spirit and energy of the beloved characters, making it a favorite among younger viewers. In 1996, Brad took on a more mature and challenging role in the movie Sleepers, directed by Barry Levinson. The film is based on Lorenzo Carcetera's novel, which tells the story of 4 boys who are sent to a juvenile detention center where they suffer abuse at the hands of the guards. Brad played the role of young Michael Sullivan, delivering a powerful performance that highlighted his ability to convey intense emotions and complex characters. The film featured an ensemble cast including Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, and Brad Pitt, and was a critical success. Brad's versatility as an actor was further demonstrated in Apt Pupil 1998, a movie directed by Bryan Singer. The film, which was based on a novella by Stephen King, revolved around a high school student played by Brad, who discovers that a Nazi war criminal was living in his neighborhood. As the student becomes increasingly obsessed with the war criminal's past, a chilling psychological battle ensues. Brad's portrayal of Todd Bowden was haunting and intense, earning him critical acclaim for his ability to capture the dark and disturbing nature of his character. In 2001, Brad starred in Larry Clark's controversial film Bully, which was based on the true story of a group of teenagers who plot the murder of a friend who had been bullying them. The film was notable for its raw and unflinching depiction of teenage life and violence. Brad's performance as Marty Puccio, one of the central characters of the film, was both compelling and disturbing. His ability to delve into the complexities of a troubled youth showcased his remarkable range as an actor. That same year, Brad appeared in the film Ghost World, a dark comedy drama directed by Terry Zwigoff. The film, which was based on the graphic novel by Daniel Close, follows 2 teenage girls as they navigate their life after high school. Brad played Josh, a convenience store clerk, who becomes the object of the girls' affection. Although his role was smaller, Brad brought a relatable authenticity to the character, contributing to the film's cult status. In the mid-2000s, Brad continued to take on diverse roles. He appeared in The Jacket 2005, a psychological thriller starring Adrian Brody and Keira Knightley. Brad played the supporting role of the stranger, a mysterious figure who adds to the film's eerie atmosphere. In 2006, he starred in 10th and Wolf, a crime drama directed by Robert Morosco. The film, which was inspired by true events, explores the lives of former soldiers who become entangled in the criminal underworld. Brad's portrayal of Vincent, a young man caught in a web of crime and violence, was yet another testament to his acting prowess. Despite the ups and downs in his personal life, Brad's dedication to his work never wavered. He left an indelible mark on the film industry, remembered for his powerful performances and the depth he brought to each of the characters he portrayed. Brad Renfro's career, though tragically cut short, remains a testament to his incredible talent and the potential he had to become one of the greats in the entertainment industry. Personal struggles. Despite his promising career and the undeniable talent Brad Renfro possessed, his life was marred by a series of personal struggles. These struggles, often magnified by the pressures of fame and the relentless scrutiny of the media, played a significant role in his tragic downfall. Brad's troubles began early in his life. Growing up in a broken home, he faced numerous challenges. Little did anyone know that these challenges would have a lasting impact on him. Raised by his grandmother after his parents' separation, Brad lacked the stability and support that many young people take for granted. His early success in Hollywood only served to compound these issues, as the sudden fame and wealth were overwhelming for a teenager with very little guidance. In an interview, Brad Renfro said, "Fame can be tough, especially when you're young and trying to figure out who you are. There's a lot of pressure, and sometimes it feels like everyone's expecting you to be perfect." Brad's rapid rise to fame brought with it a host of temptations and pitfalls. He was thrust into a world where drugs, alcohol, and partying were rampant. Without having the proper support system to help him navigate these challenges, Brad found himself increasingly drawn into a cycle of substance abuse. In 1998, at the ripe age of just 15, Brad was arrested for possession of cocaine and marijuana. This incident marked the beginning of a series of legal troubles that would eventually plague him throughout his life. Despite various attempts at rehabilitation, Brad struggled to overcome his addictions. One of Brad's legal representatives mentioned, "Brad has had a difficult time dealing with the pressures of fame at such a young age. He's committed to getting the help he needs, but it's a long and challenging road." Over the years, Brad's battles with substance abuse led to multiple arrests and stints in rehab. In 2001, he was arrested for attempting to steal a yacht in Florida. In 2005, he was arrested again, this time for driving under the influence and for possession of heroin. Each incident seemed to push him further into a downward spiral, a spiral from which he could not come out. One of Brad's friends, while being interviewed, said, "Brad was such a talented and kind person, but he was fighting some serious demons. We all tried to help him, but addiction is a powerful thing. It's heartbreaking to see someone you care about go through that." On numerous occasions, Brad's co-stars have been seen saying, "He was always so professional on set, but you could tell he was struggling. There was this sadness about him, like he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders." Despite his struggles, Brad continued to work in the entertainment industry. His performances remained strong, unaffected by his substance abuse, but the toll of his lifestyle was becoming increasingly apparent. Friends and colleagues often remarked on his professionalism and dedication to his craft, but they also saw the signs of his inner turmoil. On January 15, 2008, Brad Renfro was found dead in his Los Angeles home. He was only 25 years old. The cause of death was later determined to be substance abuse and acute heroin/morphine intoxication. His passing was a tragic reminder of the dangers and challenges faced by young actors in Hollywood. Brad's death sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Friends, family, and fans mourned the loss of a talented young man whose potential had been cut short. Tributes poured in, remembering Brad for his remarkable performances and his kind, gentle spirit. An addiction specialist who was assigned to Brad's case went on to say, "Young actors like Brad often face immense pressure. The sudden fame, combined with a lack of coping mechanisms, can lead to substance abuse as a way to escape. It's crucial to have a strong support system and access to mental health resources." A notable psychologist in an interview added, "The transition from adolescence to adulthood is challenging for anyone, but for young celebrities it's even more complicated. They're dealing with public scrutiny, financial entities, and the demands of their career, all while trying to navigate their personal lives." Brad Renfro's story is a poignant reminder of the fragile nature of life and the impact of addiction. His struggles and untimely death highlight the importance of support and intervention for those facing similar challenges. As we remember his incredible talent and the joy he brought to audiences, we also reflect on the lessons learned from his life and the need to provide better support for young actors navigating the pressures of fame. Death. In 2008, the world was stunned by the tragic news of Brad Renfro's untimely death. The young actor, known for his remarkable talent and promising career, was found dead at the age of 25 from a heroin overdose. His death was ruled as acute heroin morphine intoxication, a heartbreaking end that seemed to confirm the struggles he faced with addiction. But as the years passed, questions lingered, and many wondered if there was more to Brad Renfro's story than what was initially revealed. Brad Renfro's rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric. Discovered at a young age, he quickly became one of Hollywood's most promising young stars, with critically acclaimed performances in films like The Client and Sleepers. However, behind the scenes, Brad's life was plagued by personal battles that cast a shadow over his career. His struggles with substance abuse were well documented, and many feared that these issues would overshadow his undeniable talent. When Brad passed away, the narrative seemed clear. Reports pointed to drug use as the primary cause of his death, painting a tragic picture of a young life cut short by addiction. But as the years went by and the initial shock wore off, a deeper investigation into the circumstances of his death began to emerge. In 2024, new revelations came to light that have changed the entire understanding of Brad Renfro's death. A groundbreaking investigative report, based on newly discovered evidence, has uncovered startling details that challenge the previous conclusions about his passing. This report includes previously hidden medical records, testimonies from those closest to Brad, and a deeper look into the factors that contributed to his demise. The investigation suggests that there were underlying issues and influences that went beyond simple addiction. Allegations of manipulation and missed opportunities for intervention have emerged, painting a more complex and troubling picture of Brad's final days. These revelations not only shed light on the true reasons behind his death, but also prompt a re-evaluation of how we understand and address addiction and its consequences. The truth about his death. Brad Renfro's death in 2008 was a tragic and shocking moment that left his fans and the entire entertainment industry in shock. For years, his passing was attributed to acute heroin/morphine intoxication, a conclusion that seemed to underscore his long struggles with substance abuse. However, in 2024, new revelations have emerged that shed light on the true circumstances surrounding his ultimate demise. In early 2024, an investigation report published by a major news outlet uncovered staggering new information about Brad Renfro's final days. The report was based on newly uncovered evidence, including medical records, witness testimonies, and previously undisclosed details from those who were close to Brad at the time of his death. A journalist who was closely monitoring the recent revelations said, "We were able to obtain access to documents and interviews that had been kept under wraps for years. These sources painted a much more complex picture of Brad's final days than we previously understood." One of the most significant revelations was the involvement of a mysterious individual who had been supplying Brad with his drugs. According to the new evidence, this person had a much deeper influence on Brad's life than previously thought, impairing his struggles and leading him down a darker path. One of Brad's close friends added, "Brad confided in me about this person a few times. He was scared but felt trapped. This person wasn't just a dealer, they had a hold on him, manipulating him in ways that none of us fully understood." In the weeks leading up to his death, Brad was reportedly involved in several troubling incidents that were overlooked at the time. These included encounters with law enforcement and desperate attempts to seek help from his friends and family. The new report suggests that Brad was in a state of severe distress, far beyond what was previously documented. An additional specialist assigned to the case said, "Brad's case is a tragic example of how addiction can be. The involvement of a manipulative individual added layers of psychological pressures and badgel, making it even harder for Brad to break free from his addiction." The new findings have also shed light on allegations of negligence on the part of those who were supposed to be looking out for Brad. According to the reports, there were missed opportunities by healthcare providers and those close to Brad to intervene and possibly prevent his tragic death. If the allegations of negligence are proven, it could lead to significant legal repercussions for those involved. There might be grounds for reopening the investigation into Brad Renfro's death, potentially bringing those responsible to justice, added a legal expert. These new revelations have sparked renewed interest in Brad's life and his career, prompting fans and critics alike to re-examine his body of work with fresh eyes. Many are now calling for greater awareness and better support systems for individuals struggling with addictions, especially in high-pressure environments like Hollywood. Fans around the world have responded to the new revelations with a mix of anger and sorrow. Candlelight vigils have been held in respect of Brad's honor, not only to remember his talent and the joy he brought to the screen, but also to demand justice and accountability for the circumstances that led to his death. Brad Renfro's story is a stark reminder of the need for compassion, effective intervention, and vigilance in the lives of those battling substance abuse. While the new revelations about his death are heartbreaking, they also provide an opportunity to learn and improve the ways we support vulnerable individuals. Brad's legacy is one of immense talent and unfulfilled promise, but it also serves as a call to action for a better, more supportive world. Brad Renfro's legacy is a complex needlepoint woven from his extraordinary talent, troubled personal life, and the profound impact he left on both his contemporaries and the broader entertainment industry. Despite his brief career and the tragic circumstances of his death, Renfro's contributions to the film industry and the conversations surrounding young Hollywood are significant and enduring. Brad Renfro's legacy is perhaps most vividly captured through his work in film. His performances, marked by raw emotion and authenticity, remain memorable for their depth and intensity. From his breakout role as the troubled young boy in The Client to his compelling portrayal in Sleepers, Renfro demonstrated a rare gift for capturing the complexities of his characters. Critics and audiences alike were captivated by his ability to convey vulnerability and strength, qualities that set him apart as a young actor of exceptional promise. Renfro's role in The Client 1994 earned him widespread commendation and established him as a rising star in Hollywood. His portrayal of a young boy caught in a dangerous legal and criminal scenario showcased his ability to hold his own against seasoned actors like Susan Sarandon and Tommy Lee Jones. This performance not only garnered him critical praise but also set the stage for a promising career. In Sleepers 1996, a movie directed by Barry Levinson, Renfro portrayed the role of a young man grappling with the trauma of past abuse in a performance that was both heartbreaking and powerful. The film, which features an ensemble cast including Robert De Niro and Kevin Bacon, highlighted Renfro's capacity to convey deep emotional pain and resilience. His work in Sleepers is often cited as a prime example of his acting prowess and his potential to become one of the most significant talents in Hollywood. Despite his potential, Renfro's career was cut short by his ongoing personal struggles with substance addiction and legal issues. However, his contributions to film continue to be celebrated. His performances remain a testament to his extraordinary talent and a reminder of what might have been had his career not been derailed by personal challenges. Brad Renfro's legacy extends beyond his film roles to his impact on the cultural landscape between the 1990s and early 2000s. As a young actor who was thrust into the spotlight, Renfro became a symbol of the pressures faced by child actors in Hollywood. His experiences shed light on the darker aspects of fame and the impact of addiction on young stars in the entertainment industry. Renfro's story has prompted discussions about the systemic issues within the entertainment industry, including the lack of support for young actors dealing with fame and personal struggles. His life and career have become a case study of the challenges faced by child actors, contributing to ongoing conversations about the need for better mental health support and more responsible industry practices within Hollywood. In addition to raising awareness about these issues, Renfro's story has influenced how the industry addresses the well-being of young performers. His tragic end has served as a cautionary tale, prompting calls for reforms to ensure that young actors are provided the support and guidance they need to navigate the pressures of fame and their well-being. Beyond his professional achievements, Brad Renfro's personal story has resonated deeply. His struggles with substance addiction and his eventual tragic death have elicited empathy and reflection from those who knew him and those who have followed his career. His life serves as a distressing reminder of the human cost of fame and the often overlooked challenges faced by young stars. Renfro's legacy is also reflected in the memories of those who knew him personally. Friends, family, and colleagues remember him not only for his talent but also for his kindness and charisma. Many who have worked with him have spoken of his dedication to his craft and his genuine nature. These personal anecdotes contribute to a more complete understanding of Renfro as a person and not just a public figure. The influence of Brad Renfro continues to be felt in various ways. Film enthusiasts and critics continue to revisit his work, appreciating his talent and the promise he held. His performances are studied and admired by aspiring actors and filmmakers, serving as a source of inspiration and a reminder of the potential for greatness even amidst personal turmoil. Moreover, Renfro's story has inspired artistic and academic explorations into the lives of troubled young actors. Documentaries, articles, and academic studies have examined his life and career, contributing to a broader understanding of the challenges faced by child stars. These explorations keep his memory alive and ensure that his story continues to be relevant and impactful even after so many years. Brad Renfro's legacy in the entertainment industry is characterized by both his artistic achievements and the conversations his life has sparked about the treatment of young actors. His contributions to film are celebrated, and his story catalyzes change in how the industry supports young talent. The recent revelations about the true circumstances of his death have shed new light on the challenges he faced during his life, offering a more nuanced understanding of his life and the factors that contributed to his tragic end. Brad Renfro's rise to fame was spectacular, marked by a series of powerful performances that showcased his exceptional talent and potential. From his early roles in films like The Client and Sleepers, Renfro captured the hearts of audiences and critics alike. His ability to convey deep emotional truths and portray complex characters earned him a place among Hollywood's most promising young actors. Yet, beneath the surface of his burgeoning career lay a tumultuous personal life, marred by struggles with addiction and legal issues that ultimately overshadowed his professional achievements. The recent revelations about Renfro's death have brought to light the harsh realities of his final years and the systemic issues within the entertainment industry that may have contributed to his downfall. The detailed investigation into the circumstances surrounding his death has revealed the depth of his struggles and the lack of adequate support that may have played a critical role in his demise. This new understanding highlights the need for continued dialogue and reform within the industry to address the mental health and well-being of young actors, ensuring that future talents are better supported